Hello and welcome to the Otterly Delightful Podcast with your host, me, Calimeroo, and my beautiful co-host, Flegik.
Hello. And first off, I just saw the transition and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it worked pretty well. Yeah, we have a transition now because Flegik wanted the transition, so he made me a transition.
It looks sexy. I mean,
it looks nice. Yeah, I like it. It's really smooth.
Yeah.
It makes it look more professional, and I like that.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that it worked, but on the first try, but it did. So, no complaints.
So today it's only the two of us because Des didn't feel so good, so Des sadly couldn't join in. I asked around a little bit, but it seems this Sunday everybody's booked out. So I've decided, I didn't really decide. It was more or less a thing of, well, now we have to do it with two people.
Yeah. I mean,
but why the fuck not? We can do this. We can do this with two people.
It's fine. We talked like nights through before, just the two of us or three of us in teams.
Exactly. You know what? Just for motivation purposes, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cold one. Yes.
Yeah. Might as well go ASMR.
Nice. Okay. 6 a.m. Sunday stream. Well, for us here, it's a 1 p.m. stream. But to be fair, I only woke up like 1.5 hours ago. Yes, sleeping schedules.
I mean, yeah.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, something I definitely wanted to talk about today is Fall Guys. Right, so you edited some Fall Guys. I don't think you've played Fall Guys yet, have you?
Nope. I mean, how? Like, I thought you have to have a key right now to play it. Isn't it?
Wait, do you wanna play it? I think
I just ordered it. And,
I still have a key. Honestly, the fun beta is only going for this weekend, and I still have one key lying around. So I'm gonna DM you the key, and then you can. Maybe we can play it later.
Just make myself a key.
There you go. There's your key. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is how this works. But yes. So since you edited it, and well, you kind of had to watch my stream then for that, or at least what do you think about it?
With forced to. Well, my first impression wasn't actually that good, to be honest, because I just thought, what the furry fuck is going on there? Because you're just wearing a fucking wolf costume, running around grabbing other wolves, making weird noises. So I wasn't really keen on that, but after getting forced to watch a lot more, it actually looks really fun, and I love the mini games. Like it reminds me a lot of the game me and Marcel were planning or actually doing by ourselves, which was kinda getting to the CSS mini games direction, which is actually what's Fall Guys doing as well. Like all the mini games which are there, like, have in kind of a way sometimes before existed in CS mini games, which is actually really interesting to see them getting remastered in Fall Guys. Yeah, it's really fun, and they actually
Honestly, what it reminded me of in the beginning was just Takeshi's Castle. I don't know why I got like serious Takeshi Castle vibes from it, and I don't know. It's just a lot of fun. It's just like a really. I think you can't get a game more casual than Fall Guys, where you queue in, you play your mini games, right? But it's so much fun. Like it's just. This clusterfuck of like 60 people trying to compete on a fucking like obstacle course, basically. It's just for some reason really satisfying.
I mean, VSW maybe is kind of right. It got some aspects from Fall Guys, not Fall Guys, Gang Beasts, and I thought of that as well. But then it's just Gang Beasts on crack with mini games.
It's Gang Beasts, but we run an obstacle course instead of throwing each other off the fucking platform.
Yeah. We're still throwing each other off the platform, but...
Yeah, okay, true. We still do that. But I can't wait for custom games. I think this is where the game is really gonna shine with a lot of streamers. Honestly, I can
Like,
already
if
see
they-
this with like nearly every streamer is just gonna do only custom games with their viewers, and
Yeah,
it's gonna be
with the
fun.
community, yeah, that would be so awesome if they even like if they get it right. So the join mechanism will be easy and very intuitive for the viewers. Like not even like having to share a key, but maybe even getting connected via Twitch or so.
Oh, that would be
That's
great, a
insane,
Twitch
like,
integration.
because like there are some games already you can just join while with typing exclamation mark join in chat, and then you're in the game.
Honestly,
That already exists, so it is possible. If
like a
they
Twitch
do that,
integration
it
for
would be
this?
not
Oh my
very-
god, that would be
yeah.
amazing. If they could do that. Imagine if you could do like a Twitch integration and people can basically
I mean, you could even
sign up.
you could even do like giveaways with that. Like put up a lobby, get your viewers in there, and the one who wins gets the giveaway or stuff like that.
That would be nice. It would also be nice if I could couple that to channel points. That would be amazing. I can say like, you know,
Yeah, try the game like 5,000 channel points or so.
yeah, or just 1,000, just so that the
Yeah,
that filter out, like, you know, we had this in PUBG when we played PUBG customs, with SR. It was like 90% viewers, and there was those random, like, mostly Chinese accounts that had nothing to
Wait,
do
you
with SR.
can
That
do
just
that?
somehow found the lobby and joined in. You can do what?
I thought. Wait, what do you mean exactly with PUBG and Twitch? Do you like?
No,
can
there
you
wasn't a
just-
Twitch integration. We just, I think
okay,
it was
yeah.
literally just sharing the code on stream then.
Okay. I mean, I didn't like play PUBG for, I don't know, 2 years or so.
Yeah,
I have
actually,
no
that's
idea
a
what's
good,
happening there.
that's a good point from all. It would be nice if you, in a custom game, could then disable, like, the name tag. I mean, it would still probably figure out who the streamer is from the costume. But I honestly,
Yeah.
on the other hand, it's gonna show how problematic that is gonna be for custom games, because I still have the hope, a slight hope, that people are they're definitely gonna meme. They're gonna throw off Kaiv and Stan and Rob to tilt him in the beginning. But I just hope that people at some point realize that it's only funny for so long. But then again,
Yeah.
I remember certain SR memes that just refused to fucking die. It was like Uganda Knuckles, but in SR. It was horrible at some point. The fucking...
I loved it.
Oh, we had an SCP. You had like after an update, you had a new med item, right? If you would open it, it would make like a zipping sound from the zipper, obviously.
Yeah.
And you could spam that animation so the sound would come over and over and over and over and over again. And then like Kaiv's chat started doing this zipper code thing. I swear to God, I think this thing is still alive, and this has been nearly a year ago or something, and people still spam that fucking zipper code meme. It's just, please let it die. It's over. It hasn't been funny for so long.
Like, some memes don't have to die. Like, in my opinion, Ugandan Knuckles would still be left today.
I think it was just overused, to be fair. Like,
yeah, but I still love him.
yeah, every now and then I just like, I still like this, the fucking queen thingy. Show us the way.
Yeah, I mean, if you play with our LOL Smurfs, it's still getting revived. That we always get some people making some stuff up with it. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, but I also think if you are a streamer and are willing to do fewer games, that's like the stuff you have to put up with.
Yep.
Just people chasing you and trying to knock you off.
Yeah,
and that's what happens. People do that. That's
I mean, it's not bad. It's just like the problem with it could be that I could see people get frustrated if you try to play Fall Guys and you get knocked out first round every time. It would be annoying. But if you just do it every now and then, like, I could see it.
Yeah, sure.
By the way, I like how I just got screamed at with yeet because Streamlabs decided to ignore the fact that I turned off alarms. So, thanks for the follow, masses. I wanted to turn this off for the podcast, but well, no. Guess I'm gonna actually.
Was it in stream as well then? Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. Nothing bad about a good old yeet action. Like, can't fucking complain about that one. But yep. Honestly, I'm looking forward to Fall Guys. It's gonna be a fun game. This is gonna be really fun.
Like maybe it will be the same for me, like with Valorant, where I didn't acknowledge it at all, and then all of a sudden when it came out, it was like, yeah, this is my game now. But on the other side, I really don't play Valorant at the moment anymore.
I still play it. I think I played it yesterday, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you played it on stream.
Yeah, I
I
played it one. It was a really fucking hard round.
It's always like that. You put up Valorant, come on, some kill rounds.
When you draw, you know the first time you get an option that you can like end it as a draw or play, where 50% of the players have to say yes in order for it to be a draw. If you then draw again, only 3 players have to say yes. I didn't even know this mechanic existed till yesterday, where I found it out because we couldn't fucking end the game. I was a pain in the ass, but it was also fun.
Wow. Yeah, it's just getting too try-hardy at the moment, and I don't want to put up with that stuff, especially not in that heat.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
And I'm sweating enough in real life. I don't want a sweating game as well.
There's a lot of nice games though that I'm really looking forward to right now. Like
I somehow never got fresh games which aren't like AAA titles in my sites. They always fly under my radar, and I'm always surprised when they are just there and everybody plays them. It's like, what, this is the best game. And I was like, what is this? I never heard of this.
I don't know, I often look around in Steam and so on to see if I can find new games, and there's obviously like some AAA, like Dying Light 2 for example. I think I'm more hyped about Dying Light 2 than I'm about over Cyberpunk 2077. Even though I'm really hyped for fucking Cyberpunk. Which, if you think about it, it's not that long anymore till Cyberpunk comes out.
Aren't these full single player games?
Cyberpunk is the full single player. The Dying Light is co-op. I think Cyberpunk though is fully single player. We played the first Dying Light with Marcel and Chris back then when it came out.
Did I play with you?
I think we later played together, but I think originally it was just the 3 of us who had the game. And I think you got it later.
I thought I never played it.
And I really like what they're doing with Dying Light 2, where it's like you have this giant map and you have different factions, and you kind of decide which like direction your story takes. Which I always love, because it has like replay potential then.
I think I have no idea what Dying Light was about.
This like zombie outbreak in a city that like completely got walled off, and it's like a parkour zombie hack and slay basically.
Wait, yeah, wait. I think I remember. I hope I remember. And there was this other game, but that Island Epidemic wasn't.
No, there was a top down. Like
that was top down, yeah, right?
Yep, that was a first-person game, Dying Light, where you had like a lot of parkour elements, and then you fought against zombies and other factions of humans.
Okay, I think I got some pictures in my head now.
Also, something that I think would be fun to play with all of us. There's a new Civ-like game coming out, which has an interesting take. Yeah, it's not from the Civ makers; it's from the makers of Endless Legend, Endless Space. But don't think you know the games, but no, Marcel knows the games.
The space sounds familiar, but
it is basically like the idea is you start off with a faction. You don't choose like you do in Civ, where you choose, okay, I'm gonna play Germany, I'm gonna play Poland. Yeah. You're gonna choose. You're just gonna play. You're a tribe then. You run around. You gather food in the first phase. You gather other villages and knowledge for it, and then at some point you get out of this nomadic stage and you settle down, and that's where you choose your first civilization. So you say, let's say for example, you say I'm gonna take Egypt, and Egypt is gives you then bonuses on building and so on and farming. I don't know what exactly the bonuses are. And then you progress in the game into the second era, I think, which is then like Bronze era or something, and you choose a new civilization to merge into your existing. So then
that's really nice.
And you say, for example, you could basically say I'm gonna take like a North American tribe or something.
Yeah,
you can literally take anything, then you get really like unique kind of empires that you can build together. And yeah, you can like wait, I can send you the Steam store page.
What is that like? Is it like round based, real time?
It's round based. So wait, I can send you the Steam page on Steam.
Yeah.
I saw this the other day, and they have like a little testing phase right now, so I instantly signed up for the testing phase. I was like, let's see if I can get into this. It's supposed to kind of like this. There's supposed to be more testing phases.
Well, it looks really Civ. It looks really Civ-like though.
Yeah. It looks really, really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to that. There's this is what I meant when I said there's a lot of games coming out where I'm really interested to see how they turn out. There's also Ashes of Creation, but I have no clue when I'm gonna be able to play this.
First, when you described it, I thought it would be more like Empire Earth. I mean, do you still remember?
Oh
that
yeah,
game?
yeah.
That was my favorite game back in the days.
It was good. It was good.
I came home. I even played it on the computer from my grandmother.
Jesus
I get home,
Christ.
I did my homework, sat on the computer, and just started up Empire Earth. I fucking loved being able to like relive all the ages, different and getting like from the Stone Age up until the future and stuff like that. That's what's like.
Did I ever tell you how
much
I love you sometimes? Because this is a perfect transition into another topic I had. Dream games. Because what you just described, you know, leading like factions through different times, and like basically building your own massive empire. And that is the games that I love. I love those kind of games. This is why I love EU4 and Hearts of Iron, all those pirate scripts so much, is because I just love this aspect of games where, let's say, for example, World of Warcraft, right? You are part of the Horde or the Alliance. You are one adventurer that like you shape your path, but you don't shape the world. You only shape your path. You only shape your character. Yeah. But what I love so much about like games like EU4, for example, is like the whole story and how this world turns out revolves solely around what you do. Like you decide what happens with your nation, and that has an impact then on the world. And that's why I always love those like giant, like those giant strategy games, because you basically shape everything. You have full control of everything. And this is exactly why I got so hyped for Ashes of Creation when I heard about it, because I thought this is basically going to be an MMO where the players shape everything, where you can have a giant impact, where you're not going to stand in Stormwind and say, yeah, well, I'm part of the Alliance, so this is why I can visit Stormwind. You're going to say, this is my city. I built this with my clan. And like this whole concept just, it just sounds so amazing to me if it works out. Like just building your own little empire, and every fucking server is gonna have their own unique story and their own unique world, and I can just not wait to basically shape a world with like really this. Good. This is. I
mean,
have you played
like for these? I mean, what?
Have you played Altis Life with us back in the day?
Well, not much. Like I think I tried for like a few rounds, but it was just. I wasn't really getting into that stuff somehow.
I remember like we on one server that we like, obviously because everything was kind of player driven on that. You had a huge impact, and I remember back then what was so much fun was we were one of the bigger clans, and you started like forming alliances and had little rivalries with other clans and all that kind of shit. I remember when one of the clans we were allied to, a smaller clan, had 2 new players, and they wanted to get them to know the game, so they did some easier farming stuff. Yeah. And they got attacked by another clan, which was a giant one, and suddenly like they hit us up in Discord and TeamSpeak was back then. And they were like, oh yeah, can you come over and help us real quick? Like they're trying to rob us here, and I think it turned into a little gunfight. So we come over there with like 12 people or something, or 10 people. And suddenly it turns into this giant firefight. So they call for help, and it turns into an even like bigger firefight. Then the police shows up, and like it just gets completely out of control. And because of this firefight, everybody like lost a lot of shit, and you know, like it kind of fueled the rivalry between us. So we were actively looking for each other. And at some point, we hopped into the Discord. I keep saying Discord, but it was TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak channel with an admin. It was me and a friend. as like representatives of our clan, and then 2 from them.
God.
And we fucking declared war on each other in Altus Live. So we don't have to roleplay anymore. If we saw somebody from the other clan, we could just blast his head off.
Wow.
And like this alone was, I don't know, this whole diplomacy act and everything. Oh, this alone was fun. And now imagine this in Ashes of Creation, where you have a whole fucking city, and like the neighboring node, you're suddenly at war with.
I think the problem I had with Altus Live was like yeah, I mean it was a mod for armor, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a sole game which its purpose was to be Altus Live, because it was a military simulating another game, and that made it like much more confusing for me. But the games like the ones coming out now are just games with the sole purpose of being these games, which should make them like a lot more awesome. But the point where I was getting to was these games you were talking about. Somehow, graphic is really important for me in these games.
I can see that when
that's why I don't like Hearts of Iron and Europa Universalis. Just like
it's basically just a map.
It's just a map, you know, and I want to see what's happening. I want to like maybe even play some of that shit. I want, you know, be in that battlefield and not just look at the map and say, yeah, this is mine now.
There's a lot of strategy games that do that. I think, for example, you have the Age of Wonders series is a Civ-like series, with the difference you actually have like you have actually like XCOM like combat with your units. But Total War might be something for you. Have you played the Total War series?
Nope.
The way the single player works is basically you navigate on a map, a little bit Civ-like, but you don't really have any hexagons or anything.
Yeah,
you just move over this map. You have the different cities, you have the different armies, and then combat works in a way that you have thousands of soldiers. Like you basically have then groups, like let's say a group of, I don't know, like a group of infantry made up of 100 infantry soldiers, and you command all those troops in battle. So you don't have this giant battle.
I'm looking at some pictures right now, and I think that's like basically that's about what I think about, but just more modern. With the possibilities we have now, I think that would be really awesome. But for me, like I have a simple request, yeah, which is definitely possible. I know that it's possible, but somehow they don't want to do that. Like they made something in that direction, but they didn't continue with that for some reason. I just want a Pokemon game where you can visit all regions and collect all the fucking Pokemons in their region. Like, is that too much? Is that too much to be asked for? Come on.
I like the difference between I want a game where I shape the whole world and have an impact and everything. I want a Pokemon game where I can go to every region.
Yeah, come on. That's the dream I had from the start. Where when I played my first Pokemon game, I always thought like, okay, I'm through with that region now, but how do I get like to the first region? How do I get to the second region? Where can I visit Kanto? I'm in Sinnoh now. Where do I go to Kanto? And it's just it was never possible. There was like Soul Silver and Heart Gold, where they kind of made this, where you start in the region for the like second or third gen and visit the gen before that. And they actually kind of did that well, because you didn't level as much in the first region. So you like the first gym in the second region was like level 60 or so, but it worked and it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a pretty simple thing to do.
I don't know why they didn't do that. I mean, they have like the excuses they put up with, like because why they would cut out some Pokemons and stuff, because it's not that the Switch doesn't do that well, doesn't handle it that well. It's bullshit.
Can't you play can't you literally play anything on a Switch at this point?
Yeah, you can do so much on the Switch, and these idiots just cut out some of the Pokemons. Nobody, like, of course, no Charizards get cut out, but like, I don't know. I have no idea who's cut out. But
the fucking betrayal that I can hear in your voice is. I mean, to be fair, it sounds like such a simple request that I can understand why it will be frustrating when it doesn't happen. You're like, please, I just want this one thing. It is not hard. Please give.
I mean, they have the regions, they have the maps. They just don't have to remodel it. Not even all of them.
But I have to say, when you said like you need like the graphical aspect as well, right? I always like try to not like factor graphics in too much, because I know at some point I get used to the graphics and I don't really care anymore. But every time like I look at trailers and so on and I see the graphic and I don't like it, it's instantly like it is this big down turn on. Like, just
it's the same. I mean, and
I was skeptical.
Graphics pitch, but
yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake, it still yeets even though I turned down a fucking audio on the Streamlabs site. I really have to figure something out for this. Yeah, what I want to say is, I have the same with a lot of, for example, nearly all free-to-play like MMOs. The graphic, like I just look at the graphics and I'm like, no.
No.
But to be fair, there's also the UI. Because in MMOs, I think it's important because I need a clean UI. But I saw this for example in Edge of Creation as well. This is, I think, the only negative thing I found about the game. It's just I don't like how it looks right now. It looks way too normal. You know, like every fucking MMO out there template.
I mean, this is the only downside. To be fair, like that even was the first downturn for me in World of Warcraft. I guess I looked at it and I was like, I don't like the graphics.
You don't want to admit it, but in the end, you do look at graphics.
Yeah, I do. Like some people maybe don't. I don't know. A lot of indie game people don't who play a lot of indie games. They don't really care for graphics. I mean, just graphics in the really good indie games. But they have something, right? They are kind of clean. They are kind of cute, but
for example, for the King, it's such a minimalistic graphic, but it just looks clean and good.
Yeah,
it's a comical one, and it's fine. It's completely fine. Like, graphic doesn't have to be hyper realistic. It just has to be clean and what it wants to be, basically.
Right, and some stuff is just looks just messy. Textures aren't clean. Didn't put them well together. Some models or props are just cheaply done or don't fit the theme, and that's I hate it. I don't know, but this just makes the game so much more worse for me. I don't have high expectations, but I just wanted to look good.
That was one of the biggest points why I didn't want to switch from Dota 2 to League originally, because I just thought League looked ugly. Like,
yeah.
League just I just looked at it and I was like, I'm happy with Dota. Why should I switch to this game that on the first glance like I don't like because it looks ugly?
Yeah.
That was like the biggest thing why I didn't. I mean, in the end we switched just because of two people, to be fair, and we don't speak to both of them anymore.
Wait. All right. Oh,
originally it was the other Leon and the other Jonas that made us switch.
Right. Holy shit, I almost forgot about that.
That's a long time ago.
The thing is that we got to know them through Minecraft. And I think I was the one who put them in our TeamSpeak as well. Because I knew them from the server Luca made. Right. Oh boy. But you see, like Minecraft also shit, like graphics. I don't fucking care. I can play with the vanilla texture pack.
It looked minimalistic, but it looked clean.
Yeah, it just fits. Like, it is that style with the pixel shit, but it works.
You can install graphic packs, to be fair.
Yeah, but I never was really a big fan of that. And
I
everybody
like
was
some.
like,
I
"Oh,
like
video
the
perfect."
more simplistic ones, you know, the one that don't change
Yeah.
too much, but just make it look cleaner and nicer. I like those. Really enjoy those. I've been playing Minecraft Hardcore with those as well. By the way, rest in peace, Minecraft Hardcore died again in the second
Yeah,
season as well.
I was editing your video when you died, and then I just for some so that something is going on my left screen. I just had your stream open, and just like the moment you went in there with the 3 places, or in the gas in the background and the slime and the wither skeleton, and you didn't back down, and you got shot, and you were like at 3 hearts, and then okay, he's leaving now, right?
I'm honestly,
You like,
I ran into that. Like I saw, because the way that the blazes were was my only way home. So I looked at it and I was like, okay, if I kill this blaze, can I make it out of there? Probably, right? I run around, and I mean, I was close. It was literally like the only thing I needed was maybe one more heart, or like a half of a heart more, and I would have survived. But yeah, in the end, I burned to death. That's the fun thing about Minecraft Hardcore.
I mean, how long did you live in the end?
For 4 hours or something.
Okay. I mean, I can get a bit of a few videos out with that. I think you don't have to die in the first video.
I would still like to. The only thing that I don't like about like our SR Minecraft Hardcore seasons is, what I like, but what I want to change is we focus on killing the Ender Dragon, right? So that was the goal, just rush the Ender Dragon basically. But I don't really like that in Minecraft. It was fun for the first season, but in the second season, that's why I decided to play alone more.
Yeah.
Like, Minecraft for me is more of a chill game, and I like building my base. I like, you know, like, I like farming. I like exploring the world, and I don't want to rush straight to something.
No, I mean, how many people were you?
Oh, fuck, dozen, probably.
I mean, that's a fucking lot. It would be too much for me, to be fair. Like I like that when you're like 5, maximum 6 guys together, but playing the whole time together.
To be fair, you expect, like, with us, we also expect at least 3 people to die within like the first 1 or 2 hours.
I mean, that's it happens, you know, but
Plus, it was actually funny because a lot of us survived, and then we got into the Nether, and the Nether is always what kills us all. First Stan died in there, then I think Lars died in there, I died in there, and like multiple people died in there. We lost 4 people in like a really quick succession because of the fucking Nether and lava. It was fucking yeah,
I'm looking at all that Minecraft content getting thrown out at the moment. I kind of want to play it again, but
I wanna, for the next Minecraft Hardcore season, I would wish we would either play together, but take it a little bit slower and try some other shit as well. Instead of just like rushing the other drink. Or what I think would also be fun is throw us on a map and then each into small teams or alone and see who's the last one standing. Not quite like a Battle Royale.
I wanted to say that.
No, not quite like a Battle Royale, but like maybe a little bit bigger, you know? A little bit bigger scaled. I don't know. That's my take. I mean, to be fair, it's still like the Minecraft. I mean, it was still fun.
Yeah.
And it's always I mean,
for my taste, there were a bit too much people in there, but
I mean, that's why I was deafened a lot. Was just I said it is a little bit too much sometimes. You can only take this in doses, basically. But it was so good. It was so good. Really enjoyed it. Oh yeah, fair. What the fuck? Okay, 2 topics and already 40 minutes down. I think you were right when you said that this is gonna be.
We even got the connection again between like the Minecraft season now. Yeah, going on to some YouTube videos, right? And then
I see. Another nice transition.
Aye.
So, what do you think now? Yeah, it's a second YouTube video out. How do you like YouTube? So how do you like editing in general?
Like I love editing, but it's so much fucking work. Like the time just flies by, and I like at the end of the day I wonder where the fuck my time went. You know, my girlfriend doesn't approve of this shit. I don't approve of this shit, but it's so fun. And then seeing the video getting uploaded and all the people reacting to it and liking it and telling me, hey, you did a good job and so on. It's so nice. I really love it. So it's all worth. I mean, if you like, you were right when you earlier said that YouTube and the videos behind that like always gets looked down upon, and it's not that much of work and stuff. But when you put out constant content or want to put out, it's like basically almost a second full-time job when you have another full-time job.
Yeah, I think people sometimes think the way streaming and YouTube works is basically you sit down, you play your favorite video game, and then maybe you edit a little bit and that's it. But the thing is, and that's what I think people don't really understand. I'm not sitting down here and I'm not playing video games like I normally do, because normally I would just sit here and not say a single fucking word or watch some shows or something. But I mean, streaming still, I don't want to say that streaming is hard, but streaming is you
Training.
need to be made out for it also, I guess.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
The way I see it is I'm gonna have to sit down and I'm gonna have to focus on this game. I'm gonna have to focus on chat and focus on like me actually being active and engaging in it, you know, and talking and keeping people entertained, because nobody wants to watch somebody just like chilling in their chair, laid back, not saying anything and just like playing around. Like,
yeah.
That maybe worked for Gozu back in the days, right? Where he just put music on, but we didn't watch him for Gozu. We watched him because that boy was absolutely destroying bot lane. Like,
we wanted to learn. We didn't want to hear.
And like the thing is, for me, for example, a standard day is like I go to work, I come home from work, I eat something real quick, I set up the stream, and I start streaming. And streaming is not like it is fun, but it's not relaxing. It's not me time. I'm doing something. I'm focused on something. I'm, you know, in a way I'm working then.
Yeah.
And then streaming ends, and my day ends basically with it. So because I do it as a second job basically next to my full-time job, and that always makes me, because I see it a lot. That people be like, oh, Twitch streamers, and they're not really doing anything, you know, it's so easy and everybody can do it, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, if everybody can do it, then why is your stream still on one view?
Yeah, I mean, if you can make a full if you can make a great living out of full-time just Twitch streaming, you know, that's like you stream like 5 to 8 hours a day and make the same amount you would with a well-paid full-time job. That's like basically the dream. I mean, you have to agree with that, because that's stuff that's time you don't have to work in a, like, I don't want to say real job, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, it is. But that is what I said when I don't even know who I talked about this with, but I said it is less the thing of that it's streaming itself that makes it so awesome, but the fact that you do something that you love. And I think there's a lot of people out there that do other, like, completely other jobs. But if it is something you love, then obviously, like, it's not gonna feel like work at all. But if I would sit somebody down here that doesn't like talking, or that has no like connection to streaming or whatever, that would feel like work to them, trying to, especially because you can go to work completely unmotivated. You cannot give a fuck. You're just like, I'm just gonna sit through this and get it done. I can't do this in streaming. If I sit here and think, if I sit here and streaming, I just figure, I just gotta get done with this fucking stream. Like, who would watch that? Like, you need to be in the mindset as well. So, you know what I normally do before streaming, which is maybe a little bit weird, but it's like kind of my ritual at this point. When I come home, I turn on my Spotify playlist on my iPad in the kitchen, right? I just turn up the music, and I literally, like, I make myself a hookah on the side as well. But I literally start dancing through the kitchen. I'm not even kidding you. I'm dancing through the fucking kitchen. I'm hyping myself up at that point. Like I'm just blasting music. I think sometimes my family hates me for it. I'm just blasting music, you know, make my hookah, just dancing a little bit through the kitchen. It just pumps you up, you know. It just makes you, it just gives you some energy back. And then I start streaming, and then I'm hyped. Then I'm ready to stream. And I kind of need this, like, or I just sit down and like, there's some people I could talk to, for example, like Ninja from last week. Oh, well, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You hop into a voice chat with him, and you know he's just gonna talk bullshit, and it's just gonna be hilarious. I need something like this before streaming, just so I start with this high energy, because otherwise I always need like 20 minutes to get warm with stream. You know, if I just come home from work, because I'm mostly, when I come home from work or something, I'm just like...
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't do that. And if I come home from, like, on the weekends where I'm bored, or when I take a few days off, I always get the feeling like, okay, you know what? I kind of want to stream. I kind of want to like do something, put me out there. But then again, I think about, okay, I would just be able to stream on the weekends or on my days off. And do I want to stream then every time? And if I don't stream every time, who's going to watch me? Because if I don't stream regularly, nobody's gonna notice, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I mean, I would have like you, which would probably advertise me on some level, but if I wouldn't have you,
I had somebody
that would never work, right?
I had somebody come in like a week ago or something, asking me about how I would like how do you start streaming? How do you get views in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And I thought back, I mean, you know this. I have been streaming for way longer than most people know.
Yeah.
Like on and off. But I think the most like I think there was 3 times where I streamed a lot. There's like the time now when I started like last year in December, November. Then back when I was, and then like 2 times back when I was like workless, you know, like the 1 year when I moved down here. And back then when I did, I wasn't in SR. I think at that time I barely knew them. Like the first time when I streamed on German, it was really fucking hard to get those views. It is really hard, because the problem is you can be as entertaining and as fun as you want. You can have an amazing group, but how do you get people to find you?
Yeah, right.
And like back then, I think what I didn't do right back then was first of all, I should have gone into a streaming group. You know, there's a lot of like smaller streaming groups.
Cross promo, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had this with one guy back then. We rated each other a little bit, but that was about it. And I didn't do anything besides streaming. I should have done YouTube or something as well. 100%. That would have helped. Yeah. But what I definitely did right was I instantly realized, fuck League, fuck CSGO, fuck all of those games. You either pro at it, or you have a big group. Otherwise, you don't stream it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't stream it. And then I started streaming Subnautica, RimWorld, and so on. Where when I was streaming as a German, I was one of the few, like the only ones.
Yeah,
but it was not. But it was not a game that only had like 500 active players. You know, where you can imagine nobody's gonna watch this. Nobody's gonna watch a stream of that game. It was those kind of games that had a lot of active players.
Line.
Oh, shut up. It was the kind of games like RimWorld where there's a lot of people that play RimWorld. It has an active community, but it only has like maybe a dozen streams online at a time. That's the kind of games you want to stream when you start fresh, because that's the kind of games where you could potentially get viewers from, but you can also get potentially found because you are not on page 15 or something, but you're on page 1 of Twitch. Yeah. Like this is what I mean. Like, streaming is not like just sitting down, starting to stream, and then people come in, and you get don't know, famous and rich or so on.
Yeah. Also, you have to play. You have to love to play on your own. Like, if you play solo player games, or if you can play them, or if you can play multiplayer games alone, right? Then that's awesome. But I can't do that.
Honestly, I don't.
The only solo game I can play is Trackmania. That's the only one.
I cannot. I think I can play solo, like single player games like EU4, so I can play single player. But I cannot play, for example, The Last of Us or so on alone, because I don't know what it is, but the moment I play it alone, like story-driven games or so on, I just get, they're not that interesting. But the moment I stream them,
Exactly.
they get more interesting. I enjoy them more. I enjoyed The Last of Us on stream, and when I wanted to play one time when my graphic card was fucked. I thought about playing it like alone, and then I was like, nah, that's not gonna be as much fun. I want to play it on stream.
I think so as well. Like if I knew I would have a viewer base, some people just gonna sit there, watch me play, talk with me, get me through it or something. And then of course it would make more fun, but I would have to make myself do that before I have that base, and I just can't. And I would force myself to do that then, and then it's not what I would like to do. I would basically just stream if I had somebody playing with me, and that's like I can't rely on that. Basically you can't rely on that, to be honest.
That's why I streamed only like on and off.
And on top of that, yeah, right. See that, like it wasn't really good, but on top of that, a lot of the streams were then of course German, because we were all German. And why the fuck should we talk in English when we are all German, right? There are German streams, some of them are going well, but if you start new and like just talk in German, it's very hard, because the established streamers in German, like they like basically around the clock somebody is streaming in German who's really famous, and everybody is like, okay,
to be
I
fair,
can watch him. Why should I watch you?
The German, sorry I cut you off. The German mentality when it comes to like video games and streaming in general, I think is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
You know, I think the only like there's when I streamed in German, it was either people like looking for somebody to play with, or people that basically told me what to do a lot of times. There wasn't that many people that just wanted to watch the stream and enjoy the stream, you know? Like in English, I feel like when I stream in English, I have a lot of people just watching, just chilling, just watching, like enjoying the stream. But in German, the thing is, people either wanna like watch the big groups, you know, and watch them. Like you know, for example, when in Germany, we have what do we have? Like we have Mundai and Pizmi and Dalukan and fucking Knossi, Monte, and Hannah Black. We have so many groups, and if you're part of that group, or if you're somehow friends with that group, you're gonna get viewers just because of that, because that's the German mentality.
Yeah. Oh, he's friends with him. He has to be good, right?
Yeah. But if you're not friends with any of them, then I feel like people only watch your stream to either like play with you, because well they're looking for players, or to just tell you what to do, basically. I mean, you remember when people back then told me every fucking thing.
Or what I mean, I don't know if it happens much on Twitch, but it happens a lot on YouTube. When you're a small German YouTuber, basically the comment section is just, hey, you're a really nice YouTuber. I really enjoy watching you. Wanna play with me sometime as well? We can record videos together and stuff like that. So basically just cross promo and wanting to profit off of you, and that's basically just it.
Maybe it also just feels differently for me. Maybe that's in general the attitude on Twitch and so on. But maybe I didn't realize that in English, because the moment I started streaming in English, it wasn't because I was friends with SR. Yeah, so I fell into that other category of, oh, he is friends with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, basically, you did that. You just said you tried.
I switched to English because people from the SR Discord came into my stream and asked me why I wasn't streaming in English. That's the original like reason I switched to English, just because so many people from Discord so came in and asked me. Yeah. So, but maybe that's why it felt nicer.
I think you weren't even official in the SR.
No.
You weren't an official SR member, right? You were just in the Discord vibing.
I think okay, well, I streamed on and off when I was just a community member, but I started like really actively. I started November last year, and I wasn't as until March this year. I think, yeah, somewhere around this. But they definitely, I remember my first 24-hour stream after Fasching. I wasn't as back then. That was before.
Right.
I think it was a few weeks after that I got into it.
Insane if you think about it, and the whole time flies by so much.
Yeah, it's insane. But
yeah.
There's also one thing that really pisses me off sometimes is when, and I know my family does this, right? The moment you are on your computer, you are not doing something, you are not working.
It's real estate.
He is not working. Yeah, like editing, no work, no job. Streaming, no job. Like, I mean, you know how much fucking shit I do on my PC that's not fucking playing video games? Like how much shit I have to manage around it. Not only for streaming, but for my apprenticeship and so on. I have to watch out for universities. I have to learn. I have to fucking manage the fucking financial side. I'm still trying to find all my fucking my Rechnung. Like all the for fuck's sake, what's the English word from Amazon? Your bill. Yeah.
Yeah, right, bills.
Looking out for those, like all of that shit. I still have to. I do all of that shit on the side of the computer. And like sometimes I start to edit, but I don't really have the time for it.
That's
and
where.
Like, and then I go downstairs, right? And like the family is there, and they're like, oh, nice that you join us. You're not playing on your computer the whole day, and you're sitting there.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you know you could help us out with that and that later, and you're like. Fucking hell, do you know that there's something else but craftsmanship in the world? That is also considered work?
No.
Like, I don't think they get how much work editing, for example, is. Like, that shit is so much work if you want to do it. I mean, yeah, just cutting. I mean, cutting is no editing, to be fair. Cutting is cutting. Cutting videos, that it is a little bit of effort, but it's like the easiest part of it all. But editing, getting subtitles on, and you know, like the way you do it with getting the subtitles on, getting the memes and the whole effects, like the zooming, everything. That's so much fucking
keyframes. They haunt me in my eyes.
Yeah, like fucking. I remember when we. I don't even know what I was editing back there. I think it was just like fun like this fun shadow plays that Marcel also did.
Yeah.
I started a few of them, and I always just stopped because. Fucking hell, I couldn't do any more keyframes. I couldn't see those motherfuckers anymore.
If you just compare the amount of work with just the hour, you know, I got your 9-hour VOD, right? Which is insane. But
I stream too much.
I'm gonna through it. I'm trying to get something funny out there, you know, trying to find the games and what's happening and stuff. And the moments I can add in. Cut out all the boring stuff and so on. That took my about like the whole Friday, basically the whole midday, from around 1 p.m. till 5 p.m. About like 4 hours going through the watch.
Basically, like to have the rough cut.
A rough cut, like some small edits maybe, so I don't forget it, or just because I was so motivated at that point, so, hey, I'm gonna edit this right now. Yeah, getting them in the right order, setting it up so that it just looks kind of okay. That took about like 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours for 10 to 15 minute video. I mean, okay, like I that's one of my first videos I do on a regular basis, basically. But maybe if I get more used to it, it gets down to 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
But I think then again,
2 to 3 hours.
I think that the moment it gets easier for you, you're gonna start like trying new things out and edit more, and then again, it's gotta. I think it's gotta stay roughly the same. It's just gotta be the quality of it is probably gonna go up and up.
That was just the cutting, right? Yeah. So just for the cutting, maybe depending on the VOD or the source I have, like if I'm gonna edit highlight clips, you know, if you clip regularly, put them in the Discord, I can just download them and use them right away.
I have to like start setting highlights and shit.
Yeah.
Or something.
Okay, maybe getting below 2 hours then is reasonable. But that's just cutting. And editing, on the other hand, I usually do on another day. because it just takes so fucking long. Like for yesterday's video, I started at 10 a.m. and finished at around 7 p.m.
Jesus Christ.
So 9 hours. 9 hours. I worked the fucking Saturday through. 9 hours. I mean, there was more to edit than just the video and the memes and the subtitles. Mark, but by the way, I didn't subtitle everything, right? I just highlighted some stuff said because I thought, well, this is fucking bullshit or hilarious. So I subtitled just that and the first clip, right?
Yeah.
So but if I subtitled everything, I would be like I would finish it maybe right now. But I didn't. So I just the editing, maybe 6 hours around that, and then another 3 hours just to make the transition in the outro because it wasn't there yet. Which also took
That's
so
what I'm
much
talking
fucking
about.
time.
It's so much
The
work.
transition, 3 seconds. 3 seconds. And I sat there for almost like an hour. Just for the transition.
It's
for the basic stuff.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like people imagine it's so easy, but it's like I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like Twitch or YouTube is like the hardest job in the world or whatever, but it's a job, like it's not this easy peasy job. Yeah, you have to like it, you have to enjoy it.
It's time.
Otherwise, it's just yeah, like you have to like it. Otherwise, it's just gonna suck everything out of you because you're gonna sit there for hours and then edit or stream and yeah.
Yeah, I mean you have to like it. The kind of work, you have to like the editing, you have to like putting yourself out in front of people, doing stuff on your own maybe. But the like it's not work that it's in terms of, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to go to work, like pack my stuff, drive there, sit there the whole day, do stuff for a company I don't care for, or in my case the government, and just and go back again and come home and then do nothing. It's just a whole something else, you know. You're basically full time. If something happens, some drama stuff, you know, you have to be put up. You have to put up for that all the time. Your community, I mean, your Discord, right? If somebody writes something important or so, something happens in SR, you kind of have to be up to date all the time. Have to prepare. Have to be prepared. Have to be available so you don't get lost.
It's a lot of shit around. Like it's not like it's the hardest stuff that I have to do around the streaming and so on. But it's still something that's like you still have a little bit to do here and there, and it's constant. Like I think that's also something. It's if you go to work, you go to work, you come home, done. With streaming or YouTube, you don't have that. You basically you're working 24/7 more or less because you always have there's always something, and you don't have this cut of like, okay, now my work is over, now my free time begins. It's like,
I mean,
even if I end stream, I sit there and then I go in my analytics and I check like, okay, let's see. I don't do this every stream anymore, but I still like look in there every now and then and I see, okay, what times do people like the most, so I can figure out, okay, what times do people generally watch my stream the most, so I can then stream when most of the people would like to watch me. What games that people like the most, you know, like all this kind of shit. I even sometimes look at where are people coming from and so on, because obviously I get the geographical locations anonymized, obviously, so I just see there's like 10 people from the US or something, and all of that shit, because it always helps you like improve your stream a little bit. Because for example, for me, I saw that I think nearly half of my viewers, or like half of my viewer base, is just made up of like Americans, and I don't mean like the US, but like the Americas, the continent, America, and Germany. Like that is half my viewer base, because I always stream so late. I have I get a lot of American viewers, and obviously because I'm German, and that's a German mentality, like hippity hoppity, this is now our Kommentarbereich. like we Germans see a German in a group, and that is not it's ours now. It's like when they see the video and they talk about Germany, and then you go into the Kommentarbereich. The comment section is just basically this Kommentarbereich is now ours.
I mean, it's like basically if we know he's German, why bother writing English, right? We just we want to be in contact with the guy and not with the community, so we write in German.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of annoying because you don't want to exclude the community from what you are writing, basically, or what he's. I mean, he obviously, or most of the time, is gonna answer you in German. Then, I mean, I see that a lot on Twitch. All the German Twitch streamers who are streaming in English, mostly in the Trackmania community right now. Like 50% of the viewers almost are from Germany, and they are still streaming in English, so they have the other 50%. And if, I mean, okay, the mentality we have is, okay, I'm gonna write in German, 50% of the people will understand it, he will answer me in German, everything is fine. He probably, he knows I'm German, he's probably maybe gonna favor me to answer or something like that. But
I personally don't...
whole other mentality the streamer does is, okay, he's writing in German, 50% of my viewers don't understand a fucking thing.
Yep.
And if I answer him, I'm not talking to 50% of my viewers.
It's like, I don't mind when people write to me in German every now and then. It just sometimes, I had this at some streams where like literally half my chat was suddenly full of Germans and it was just German, and I was like, I mean, generally it's fine because the way I see it is I can moderate it because I understand it, so generally it's fine. But I still, like, a good bit of my audience does not understand a single thing. That's why always, even if people write to me in German, I'm gonna answer in English.
Yeah.
Because I don't want, like, for me, more than half of my audience, like, I don't want to exclude them, basically.
Yes.
But I feel like a lot of people do it because they feel like, I think personally, either because it's just convenient, like convenient for them. I'm just gonna type German because I'm not that good in English, so I'm gonna use German. Fine by me. But I think a lot of people also use it in a way to say to like look, we have this in common and we are both German,
yeah.
and like trying to get, get some favorable position or something in the chat. Not working with me, boys. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna favor you because you're German. That's sadly not how this works. You can be from wherever. I'm like, but as I said, I don't mind if people write German every now and then. It's not a problem.
And if they can't, if their English is so horrible, you wouldn't understand it. Okay, so maybe the streamer can even translate it or so. But it's just, I mean, unusual around, like, it's 2020. Come on, the people who should watch your stream from Germany right now should be able to understand and talk English, at least in a average way.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, at least from, I mean, you know my old school. It wasn't the best school. It was a shithole, more or less.
Yeah.
But still, if you just paid attention to English in those like 5 years of secondary school, you would have been able to communicate in standard English, or like pretty basic English, but good enough to communicate on like a normal level. So I don't really see why so many Germans have such a problem with speaking English.
Yeah, no idea.
To be fair, okay, it's a German mentality of we have to translate everything. Like there is not a single thing. Like we translate every fucking movie and every show. We translate the titles. We translate every fucking advertisement. We even translate the brand names. Like everything has to be German. There is no English words allowed in Germany. Amtssprache ist Deutsch.
Yeah. It's also it bugs me. I mean, I'm watching How I Met Your Mother right now.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, like, most of the musical stuff where like they have some episodes where they just sing and stuff like that. Most of that is not translated, which I'm very happy about. But some why?
Nacht Lilly.
Yeah, exactly. Die Katz ist tot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Why do you translate? I can't honestly.
It's funny because it's so bad.
Yeah, it's so fucking hard. To be fair, I don't like German translation in general. Because I like the original voices, because sometimes the voice doesn't really fit the character in your head. Or the worst thing is, you know, when they have those scenes where it's like where two people are having a really important conversation, and they really
Yeah.
zoom in on the characters, and you see their lips, or like the whole thing is not synchronized. The character is still talking, but the German translation already stopped. Or the character stopped talking, but the translation is still going on. And it's just, oh.
Some translations I really enjoy. Like I think SpongeBob is like better in German than in English.
SpongeBob is good.
Like a lot of cartoons, but yeah, like a lot of stuff. I mean, I can't really, I don't really know, because I watched them in German before through TV and stuff, and then I'm getting used to it, and then watching it in English is just off-putting, and I can't really evaluate it from like with no back
I
thing
get
in my mind, you know.
I get this with I watched Avatar as a child in German, obviously, because
Yeah.
everything had to be German, so now it's obviously as well German. And now I watched it again in English, and I have to say I enjoyed the English version more than the German one. It wasn't like a huge difference. I still think the German Avatar version is good, but I like the English one better.
I mean, I think if I rewatch a series or so, I will probably watch it in English, right? But for the first time, I don't know. It's hard because I always get used to it through the TV. I mean, what I like and what I don't like is that some series are getting the whole translation, also with the title, you know, Scrubs basically. Germany is one of the only countries where it's still called Scrubs, but has a subtitle. It's Scrubs the Anfänger, and not just Scrubs. Why? Why did they do that? Nobody knows. In the other countries, they translated Scrubs, which is basically just like the beginners, right? But in Germany, we have basically the beginners.
But isn't Scrubs also like isn't it also
Scrubs
word for what they're wearing?
Scrubs is also stuff they're wearing. So it's basically, I think it has basically that double meaning. It's bullshit. And like I'm glad they didn't translate stuff like The Big Bang Theory or How I Met Your Mother.
I imagine. Oh god.
But
We
then
translate
also,
a lot though. We often translate titles as well.
Yeah.
Though.
Then just to have like SpongeBob SquarePants is SpongeBob is not translated. Basically Schwammbob. Yeah. And SquarePants is wrong translated, but it is translated.
To be fair, we don't say SpongeBob SquarePants. We just say SpongeBob Schwammkopf. We just literally say SpongeBob Spongehead.
Yeah, basically SpongeBob Spongehead. Yeah.
That's what we say in Germany.
I would get if you translate SpongeBob to Schwammkopf.
Yeah.
But not SquarePants to Schwammkopf.
It's just like, what?
Some German radio also translates English songs. What? I mean, like they do that on the if like I remember like some stuff like Big FM also doing that because they want to hear because they know their audience is stupid and don't remember or don't know the words they hear from the original English song, so they just translate it to let them know that it's stupid what they are singing. But that's the only reason. Like, do they seriously translate them?
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't even work properly. That would be a cover then.
Oh, stupid. Yeah, I mean that's what Alexi did, right?
It's like we have we have a lot of like radio stations that just play German songs, like everything here. SWR 4. Everything that has a 4 after it in Germany as a radio station is going to be German as fuck. Yeah, but that's mostly when we take the piss out of songs. We go and like we say, oh, look at this. Like this is the English song, and this is what it would mean in German, because they know that half of their audience does not understand what they say in English.
I mean, but that will change over time. That's the old generation. They didn't learn English. You know, in East Germany they didn't even learn English in school. They had Russian.
My family doesn't speak from my whole family, and I mean like my aunts and so on. Okay, let's leave out my aunt and uncle from my mother's side. I think they speak English, but not too good. But only my mother speaks English. My father speaks no English. My whole father's side doesn't speak English, besides the younger ones on my age. My stepfather doesn't speak English. His fucking family doesn't speak English. Nobody speaks it. Honestly, I could sit in the middle of them and like blare out the biggest secrets, and nobody would understand what the fuck I'm saying, because they don't speak English whatsoever. They only speak German. They don't even speak another language. Like, they don't even speak like Russian for that. I don't know. I honestly want to learn more languages when I get the time. I don't get how people can only go with one language.
I can't bring myself up to like learning French or.
I want to learn Spanish, but I always like every time I started, and then a week later there's like, there's a lot going on at work, and then come home, and then I stream, and then something else goes, and then I just forget about it again. So it's like, but yeah, we like here in Germany, if you visit Germany, you better speak some German, or you are gonna have some problems.
Yeah, I mean some people. If I have, I mean, what's called Bürgerdienst? What is there like? What is that translation?
Bürgerdienst.
I mean, it's basically service. You know, if I'm sitting in the service and just some random dudes coming in having problems with their tax declarations and stuff. I mean, everybody who lives in Germany has to do a tax declaration, right? But not everybody who lives in Germany speaks German. So when they come in and they have no idea how to communicate with me, and I would be like, imagine I couldn't speak English. Like there are some people who sit there in the service box and don't talk English, or just say Amtssprache ist Deutsch, go fuck off. I mean, not that hard, but they say Amtssprache ist Deutsch.
It's fine. Sometimes it's hilarious, like, and I wonder how it's in other countries. Sometimes I know in Romania, for example, a lot of the oldest don't speak English, but a lot of the youngest now pick it up. Like here in Germany, I think it's with you have like a 50-50 chance basically if you meet a young person. They're either gonna be able to speak English, or they basically can't speak English. Those, to be fair, those that don't speak English are mostly those that can't even speak standard high German.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in Germany, I don't have a clue what the percentage on that is, but there's so many people growing up trilingual.
Yeah.
Like if
but
you
there I
think
can
about
understand it. If you imagine you learned at home, you learned one language, then you learned German, and then suddenly somebody wants to put English in your head as well, then I can understand why people maybe go, help, I can't learn all of that.
But like if you grew up in Germany and you get raised by, like, the prime example is basically Turkish, you know. Yeah. You have a Turkish family, or Polish are also a lot of people here. With their family, like Polish or Turkish family, you get raised in Polish and Turkish, go to school, speak German.
Okay, wait, Polish and Turkish is maybe
you get raised in Polish/German or Turkish/German.
Yeah.
And then go to school and speak basically just German, and then you have to learn English. I mean, there's but all these people who go through all of that shit and don't go to school after they migrated into Germany, but basically grew up already in kindergarten and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They do it so well, like they basically just speak 3 languages fluently. Like that's just insane. I envy these people.
That's true. Like that's sick when they just get it down like that easily. But I don't know. I think a lot of people still have this mentality of I don't need English because I'm living.
Yeah, I don't know how that mentality is even going into their head at this point of time.
It's like I don't know.
I don't need English. I don't wanna live somewhere else.
For example, in the IT, if you couldn't speak English, you're fucked. The amount of times I have to Google for or like search online for mistakes in forums or whatever. If you're only limited to the German answers, you're screwed.
Yeah.
You need the English ones. But so much is in English, like coding and so on. There is no German coding language. It's like, Imagine like just how fun it would be to code in like don't know C++ when you don't know English and you're like, what the fuck is this? like what, you don't even know what you're typing. You don't understand what you're typing. It's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, we translate so much, but we don't translate computer languages.
It's a yeah. Don't give him ideas. Don't give him fucking ideas. Like that's not gonna end well. Yeah, but this mentality, oh, he's always pissed me off a little bit. Like,
oh boy. Yeah, well, but I think we got all of our topics through, and from the timing here, it's also. Actually,
yeah, we did well. We to be fair, the whole German topic wasn't even planned. It was just suddenly came out, and we just both started ranting.
Yeah, I mean, and now I have an hour left to get myself fixed up and go to a birthday. Right.
I'm gonna play some Fall Guys.
Yeah. But by the way, if I'm still here, I'm probably gonna visit you tomorrow. Are you tomorrow at home office? In home office or in work?
Brother, I have 2 weeks of vacation.
Oh right. Oh, right.
I'm just at home. I'm not even working. I'm just at home.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna come tomorrow and pick up the Festplatte.
Wait, is there anything on the hard drive you want? I think there's
mostly. Right, yeah.
Oh yeah, wait, the Minecraft, right?
Minecraft. It's yeah, right. Minecraft and like, and if you got any other VODs you want to have a video of, or which you think could be funny, and I'm just gonna give you the one Marcel gave me on our road trip back. I mean, there's just Tarkov on it, right?
Yeah, I think the question is, am I going to edit Tarkov or am I just going to delete Tarkov? That's the question. If I want to do a Tarkov.
I mean, you can ask your Discord if they would be interested in Tarkov videos or no.
Yeah, because I haven't played Tarkov lately, really. That's why
I don't see a lot of hype going on YouTube with Tarkov, and if you don't have an established base for a game,
it still has like a good audience, but like
yeah, but you know, I don't think it will draw. I mean, it's early to do some. It's important to do all the good stuff early, so when people go and find your channel, they will see all the good stuff.
True.
Yeah.
Doing a thumbnail has got to be fun though without Photoshop.
I can do a thumbnail. That's no problem.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining me, my friend.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
And then hopefully we get this next week, and hopefully it's gonna work out well.
I mean, if it doesn't work out next week, we're just gonna establish an every 2-week podcast that as we are on that right now.
Yeah, to be fair, I already like that's already told me like he would like to jump in on another podcast, but not next week between 1 and 1:30 because that's when his niece or something is celebrating her birthday. I was like,
All right. Well, then see you soon. And
see you soon, mate.
Goodbye, guys. Bye.